All right, we are back with another business of the week. And yes, you hear my echo because I am in one of the most fabulous estates in Midland, Texas. Yes, it is true. I am with Kristina Leigh, simply Kristina Wiggins. You may know her by many names, but thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited. You're an architect, you're a designer, you're an author. There are so many things that you do, and today you get to learn all about her and really how she got into the field of entrepreneurship. So thank you, Kristina, for having me today. So first, let's talk about architecture.
Okay.
How did you find that passion?
You know, from a really young age, I loved building. It was always just very, very interesting to me. I mean, I was the kid living with Legos. I mean, just building. When I would babysit kids,
Really?
I always said, let's go play with the Legos.
Oh,
Even when I was older, I mean,
awesome.
it was just very much a draw to me.
Okay.
So when I realized by early high school that I wanted to do architecture, I actually started finding internship programs
Okay.
so I could get in there. And then I started taking shop class and learning AutoCAD. So I was in shop with all of the shop kids, which was a really interesting learning curve, but they knew AutoCAD and they were so kind as to take me under their wing and teach me.
Okay,
So,
for us regular people,
That's right.
these words, these terms, AutoCAD.
That's right.
So I kind of think I might know what that is.
Yes.
Is that like on the apps, like it's in, like you can
it's
design
how you,
your
it's
home
how you
and
draw the homes.
images?
So
Okay.
it is the program used to actually construct construction document sets for when you're
Okay.
building a home. And so they knew that. And of course, it was when it was first coming out and it was early, but most people went to college not knowing that program.
Sure.
And because I knew pretty young I wanted to do that, I started laying out the course of how can I be most successful, and I knew learning that was imperative. So that's why I found out, okay, if they're offering this in school, I've got to sign up and take it. And I'm just, again, so grateful for the ones who really knew it, were a little advanced, and kind of helped me along the way.
All right, so learning that AutoCAD early, you think is a
It was huge.
big part of your success?
Absolutely, yeah.
I
for
love
sure.
that. And the Legos, it's amazing at, just being a young person, being a little person and
Yes.
watching children explore. That's why it's so important to tell your kids, yes, because as
Yes.
moms we like to say, no.
That's right.
So
That's
that's awesome. I love that with the
Thank you.
Legos. So tell us about your,
There's the kid running. There's
that's
one.
okay. We're moms, so we're,
And everyone went.
yes, we're mom bossing and whatnot
That's right.
today. So I love Kristina Leigh's home. I'm so happy that you all are going to be able to take a look at it today. We are going to do a little tour to give you a vision of the outdoor area and her beautiful great room. Tell me a bit about this design.
So really, I knew that we loved to entertain, and our previous home was limiting for that.
Okay.
We needed a space that lots of people could gather but feel very comfortable and casual. But also, one of the things I think is most beautiful about West Texas is our sunrise and our sunset. And so I wanted to be able to design a big space with giant windows so that you could take in the most beautiful aspect of West Texas. So in the mornings, beautiful sunrises, in the evenings, beautiful sunsets.
She accomplished the mission. She accomplished the
That's right.
mission, and you'll see these grand windows. Tell me your
That's right.
ceilings. I mean, what are these ceilings?
Oh gosh, at the peak, probably 21 feet. So really, really big. Probably 16-foot spans on the lower windows. And again, just so that you can fill a space with natural light. I mean, you
Sure.
cannot reproduce natural light. It is one of those things, an intangible that makes a space feel amazing.
I see.
And I think that that's part of this room, really, is that the natural light comes in and does something and highlights the architecture. And you really can't pay natural light to do that. It just doesn't.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so, for me, as soon as I became friends with Kristina Leigh, the first thing I thought is, I want you to design my dream house. I want you to design my dream house.
right.
And my husband's like, oh my goodness. But wow, I mean, we are in her neighborhood, obviously, at her home, but she has designed several of the homes
That's right.
on her block, and they are superb. So talk a little bit about sitting down with a person that has a vision, and you can't yet see it, but they're describing it.
Yes.
What's that process like?
Where we usually start out is really with pictures, because sometimes people will love something and they don't know why. Or they'll bring in, something that maybe feels very rustic and something that feels very refined and don't know why, but they love both. And so we really start diving into bring everything that you like, and let's start finding a commonality of what is the common thread that's running through these pictures. Is it that it gives off warmth? Is it the actual architecture? Is it a recurring element like wood floor, whatever it is? But we start with looking at what is your style, what makes you happy, because it's not my home, it's your home.
That's
So I'm
right.
designing for you. So I need to dive in and know, show me something that you can move right into.
Yeah.
And that really helps us to step forward into actually designing your home.
What I love that you all have done with the natural, like you have a lot of natural,
Yes.
I don't even know what you call it, natural, like rocks. We'll just
Yes,
start with her bathroom.
materials, yes.
Natural materials. I
That's
never
right.
thought about wanting natural materials in my home.
Yes.
And now I want natural materials.
Yay!
Now I want natural materials. So when you come to her front door, there is a rock. And
Yes.
it's essentially a bench, would
It
you
is,
say?
it is.
And it's about, I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably 4 feet long.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
it's huge. And in her showers, she has beautiful, huge rocks that you said some were from your ranch.
Yes, so there's ranch property that we were able to harvest all of these rocks from, which is really exciting.
love
We love
that.
to
So
take in like
special.
sentimental
Yes.
elements, and I encourage clients to do that as well. If you have anything sentimental when you're doing the design process, know right away so that you can incorporate that into whatever your design is, whether it's a big element or small element. If you know going in, this is an important feature, then it's something you can design around.
And I was mentioning, her brick when we came up because I knew we were going to talk a lot about her home today. And I've been blessed to come over several times. Now she keeps having me back. I
Yes,
don't know
I love
why.
you. No,
Oh,
thanks
you're
for
so
that.
awesome. But today I was like, we have sunshine and we haven't had sunshine in a few
That's
days
right.
now. And her home was like literally just shining with such a beautiful color. And I'm like, is your house silver? But it's all rock. And so the rock or brick that they're using, talk about
Yes.
that. You said it's
So the rock has a little bit of sparkle, so
Okay.
you can appreciate that. So what the
Yes.
sun does is it hits a little of that. And I say, every house needs a little bit of sparkle. Even if it's
Wow.
kind of a contemporary one, just something that kind of catches your eye. And so what you're seeing in this stone is it's a quartzite. And a quartzite's going to have some of these natural highlights that are going to glimmer. Not all rocks have that, but this one is a really neat combination of just a really warm stone with a little bit of that sparkle. It doesn't work for every house, but we're grateful it worked out here.
Really does. And a little bonus that you'll get to see a bit later is, I'm just going to call it a gun range in her home. What do you know? So I have my kids over. My daughter comes upstairs. She's like, Mom, we're shooting the guns. And I'm like, and it was my first time over. And I'm
That's right.
looking, I'm like, Kristina, now what's going on downstairs?
Yeah, it's actually an underground
It's
archery range.
An
So,
archery range. Okay.
yeah.
Do you have an archery
Right.
range in your home?
I'm sure someone out there might. I don't
Someone
know.
does, but Kristina does.
That's
Tell
right.
us about that, how you got into that and how you were able to design it in your basement.
I think basements are just, especially in West Texas, are not done enough. They're really great for efficiency, storm shelters, you name it. And so I think it's something that, especially with us not having a high water table, you can have a basement without a lot of issues. So I always knew in my home I wanted a basement for all of those things. Well, my wonderful husband is an avid outdoorsman and is an excellent archer. And when he came to me and said, I would like an underground archery range, I was like, you've lost your mind, but okay. I've never designed it, but I know it's been designed before, so let's just give it a go. And so, just kind of stepped into what are the requirements for an archery range, how do you make that effective, and especially from the standpoint of if you can have it for multiple things. So in this case, the kids can shoot blowguns, they can shoot little airsoft guns, no true guns or anything that gives off lead, but all of that, it's just a fun place to get to go down there and experience it. And so it's been a great hit. So now I have to admit that my husband was completely right.
All right, let's go check out Miss Kristina Leigh. How beautiful is this? So beautiful. All right, y'all ready for a tour?
Ready? Come on in.
Ready for a tour? Quick little look with Miss Kristina Leigh.
And we were booed. So you
Yes, we were booed too. Oh, I want to show this rock because
Oh,
this rock, girl, I just
kids
love
this rock. Climb on that rock. It's great. They call it the hot dog rock.
Hot dog rock.
It is made perfect for
Yeah,
that.
so many beautiful rocks. All right, girl.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thanks for coming in. So great room. Oh, the light tower's still there. But great room is here. Of course, this is the space that we were talking about, that full of natural light. Love entertaining and being in this space. really a lot of life happens here. That's what I love about kitchens and great rooms. And then going this way, we can go down the stairs, and it's going to be fun to see what is down here. So I think what's so interesting is that a lot of times people, when they're building homes, they know they have little ones or they're going to have grandkids, they settle for those baby gates that just really aren't great. And so something I always suggest is go ahead and incorporate your baby gate into your actual gate, or into your actual railing, so that it's beautifully done, it makes sense, but always make it removable. So this one is as well. So this one is one that you can just lift it right off the hinges, and if no kids are in sight, then you're good to go.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
You're great.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Da, 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 da.
So this is the most exciting part for everybody, really, when they get to tour the home, is when they get to come down here. This is a door. Actually, my dad does beautiful leather work, and he hand covered these in leather.
Wow.
So it's very, very hidden, but it's also sentimental because he did that.
I didn't realize
and then
that.
when you open the doors, you're always wowed when you get to see just how big it is. There it is.
Woohoo!
I know, right? It is a
OMG. Ladies,
lot of
if
fun.
your husband has a vision, Kristina can bring it to light.
That's right.
This is so cool. My husband
Yes.
would love this.
That's right. Just the archery. And it's a lot of fun. Kids have a blast actually just playing down here. Of course, our kids have asked, hey, can we ever put a bowling alley down here?
Oh,
I really
sure.
don't know. But it's just been a whole lot of fun
Gosh,
for sure.
I can't even imagine. You're so
Yes.
amazing, Kristina.
Oh, you're
Look
too
at all
sweet.
of this. You can
Thank
do
you.
anything, girl. You can do anything. This is
I always say, if you're in the neighborhood and a storm comes, we can fit everybody. So that is good. We made it big enough for
Alright.
everybody.
Well, Kristina, thanks so much
Yes.
for showing us around. One last time, how can we find you on the website?
That's right.
Website. What's that?
Website is www.simplykristinalee.com, and there you're going to have connections to all of my social media as well as Lil and Tess. Now, with regard to design services, you're going to just want to shoot me an email or a message through one of those social media services because those aren't posted. Bye. Thanks.